Coach Coco, it is so good to be with you today. Everyone, this is Coach Coco. She is a certified personal trainer, the manager here at the Custom Fitness Institute. She is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt and a kickboxing coach. I have the utmost respect for Coach Coco. She is a fitness and movement expert. And we're just talking here today about some of the issues confronting everyday people who are confronted with disabling lives, people who are confronted with diseases that may be causing them to lose function and ultimately in some cases lose hope even. In my practice, Coach, we a lot of times encounter those folks who have been living with long-standing diseases that may have led to them having neurological dysfunction or even orthopedic injuries that have been life-changing. And so I just thought it would be nice for you to just maybe tell the community, tell the people from your point of view, what are some of the important things to think about? What do we need to know from your standpoint, from an expert point of view, as to how we can avoid, how they can avoid having to come visit someone like me? We want to think about how to prevent neurological, orthopedic, and other injury rather than having to cure and fix injury to our bodies. What is your point of view, Coach?
So I've worked with a large array of people.
Okay.
I've worked with people who have had actual injuries, people who were born with different neurological conditions, and I've also worked with people who have suffered strokes and events like that. I have recently had a client at 34 years old, had a massive stroke,
Wow.
lost feeling and mobility in her whole left side of her body.
Wow.
We're now going into almost 2 years of training, but
Okay.
she went through her physical therapy, she got back, basic mobility, stuff like that. We worked on, once the doctor cleared her, we worked on strengthening, getting her back to as normal as possible. I mean, if you met her today and didn't know she had a stroke, you could never guess it.
Wow.
So I mean, there's always going to be little signs here and there, but we have to meet people where they're at.
Sure.
Nothing is impossible, and you have to always believe that there's always hope, there's always a way. You just have to be dedicated and consistent and understand that the change and the goals are not this humongous thing. It's literally 1% every day. Try to improve yourself, your health, your life, your diet, whatever it is that's making you not well. Try to improve that by 1% every day.
Powerful.
Exactly. It's small. It's small. It's so small and so simple, and the whole idea is what's overwhelming. So what you need to do is take that big thing and break it down. Take steps. We don't pop up from here at the grocery store. We have to take steps to get to the grocery store.
Sure.
It's the same thing like when you're on your road to recovery and wellness. There are steps.
Yes.
I don't expect people to come in and bust out a crazy workout. I expect people to come in and do their best every day. That's all I expect from people. And your best is different every day.
Yeah.
It depends on how you're feeling. It depends on what you're going through, and as long as you show up and do your best, you can't be upset with your day.
Absolutely. I love that. And Coach, you said something really, really important. There are a few things that I just kind of wanted to touch on. I love how you talked about the interplay between the medical side and the personal training fitness side, where after a person goes through that acute and subacute phase, they are not without hope. I know a lot of times in the traditional model, once a person has finished their course of therapy, they oftentimes feel like they're thrown out to pasture. But as you indicated, there's still hope if there's a consistency in, first of all, accessing means of remaining active, remaining, fit, whether it be by walking, whether it be by weight training, whether it be by accessing the help of a coach, that person is not just set out to just die, that there are ways to still regain those small incremental goals and strides that you touched upon if the consistency is there. I really love that. That was very important.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even with your work, the things that you teach people in therapy, they can continue to do those things on their own.
Absolutely.
And continue to do them and do them well.
Absolutely.
You know, so those are the things that are going to maintain their progress and, you know, surpass it. They're going to start being able, they're going to pick up something and go, oh wow, I didn't know I could do that, you know, and that's what it's about, is surprise yourself, try things, don't be scared.
And continuing to set goals for yourself.
Exactly. The only limits that people have are the ones that they place on themselves.
Truly.
You know?
And you know, I think too, Coach, one of the other important things that are so key about this entire remaining physically active and achieving wellness, the physical aspect being just one pillar of wellness, is accessing it, knowing that, and we can't touch on this enough, knowing that regardless of where you are, as you talked about, whether you're at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the continuum, that there is still a place for you to plug in.
Always.
There's still a way for you to get information, still a way for you to get help, still a way for you to remain, to move.
Absolutely. And you know, we live in a time where information is at our fingertips, literally.
Yes.
And you know, we have so much information. You can literally go to YouTube and put in, you know, how do I strengthen my legs? And you'll have a million videos that pop up with workouts you can do at home with body weight, you know. So there's no lack of information out there. There's no lack of resources. You know, something like that is free. If you need more help, then you can go ahead and look for, you know, a physical therapist, you can look for a trainer, you can look for a combination of both.
Absolutely.
You know, so those are the things that, you know, you just need to know that at some point you have to absorb the information you're being given, because you are actually learning how to keep yourself healthy and fit.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's it's not just about, you know, going and having somebody tell you what to do. You're learning these things.
Sure.
These are not secrets. We're trying to teach people to live better.
Right.
You know?
And live longer.
Absolutely. And live a better quality life.
That's
you
right.
know, because that's what's up. You know, you can't live, you know, a miserable life. You got to really think about, how do I remove limits from my life? How do I live doing the things that I love doing?
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's picking up your grandchildren, going swimming with them, you know, or, you know, getting ready to have a baby. You know, there's people in all walks of life, all age groups, with all kinds of situations that are always looking to better themselves, and they feel that the idea is just, it's too much, it's too hard. We can do hard stuff.
Yeah,
everybody does hard stuff every day. I'm sure you do stuff that somebody thinks is so hard to do, and you do it like no problem, because
she
it's
thought
what
she
you
could
do.
And she did.
100%.
He thought he could, and he did.
100%. It's true.
Coach Coco, it is such a pleasing pleasure to be with you today, and I know that the community is benefiting from what you're saying. Thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
I love you so much.
I love you more.
Doing work with you.
Likewise. See you again.
See you again.